Hello. My name is Alex Browning. My learning style is an INFJ. This means that I am a relator, and I am a visual kinesthetic learner. I'll learn best by watching someone perform the task and then doing it myself. I am a red hat person. This means that I am a very emotional person and sometimes react based on my emotions. I am also a green hat person. This means that I am very creative when I perform a task. I do believe that education does make a quality world, because without education we wouldn't be as knowledgeable and advanced as we are today. My impaired focus abilities definitely kick in when I am in class. Although I am a very detail-oriented person, I do have trouble focusing in class. I constantly find myself being distracted by a numerous amount of different things, like movement and people talking. A lot of times I will be trying so hard to pay attention that I actually do the opposite, and not pay attention. I always find myself daydreaming. When I was younger I had a lot of trouble controlling my anger impulses. Now after a lot of counseling, I have a pretty good handle on controlling my anger impulses. I don't have a problem with speaking out in class because I am a fairly quiet person in school. When I am planning a task I generally start to plan it out with a list so that I can see it and I am more likely to get it done. I am very good at temporal language skills. Another thing I am good at is auditory segmentation. I am good at sounding words out and putting them into the appropriate order. With many tasks I visualize what I am going to do before I am going to do it. Then when I do my task I already have a good idea or plan of what I am going to do. I am great at matching pictures together. I can visualize what the finished product is and then from that piece it together from the images in my head. This means that I excel in visual motor and spatial skills. My temporary memory is a constant struggle for me. To help with this I try to write things down so that I can visually see what I have to do or new information. My long-term memory is good sometimes with things that I am passionate about or things that I enjoy doing. With things like school I have to constantly write things down so I don't forget things. Then to process these things I have to read them many times. Talking about things I learn also helps me remember things for longer amounts of time. The major thing I struggle with in language is my spelling and my grammar. I have never been good at these things and as hard as I try to fix this it never seems to be effective. So to compensate for this problematic disability I always make sure that I have my handy-dandy spell checker. Another thing I seem to struggle with is the ability to articulate stories and descriptions in a way that is understandable to the public. I have always had exceptional gross motor skills because I have been an athlete for the majority of my life. Fine motor skills on the other hand are quite the challenge for me. I have handwriting that looks like it may just be abstract art. Oral motor skills are sometimes a challenge and sometimes seem as if they just come naturally. Sometimes I can tell a story without repeating myself, going on a tangent, or long pauses. On the other hand, sometimes when I tell a story I act as if I have been practicing for a long time. I am good at reading people's body language and facial expressions to tell what they are feeling or thinking. I am also good at listening to people, pragmatics, and prosody.